All right, boys, we are back, and we are gonna be playing the second qualification game. This matchup gonna be actually one of the teams that you guys just watched in a previous YouTube video. We might actually have two series back to back. Oh, he's got about 30 minutes right now. Ooh, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think that'll work right now. With the other teams. Okay, so we are just trying to get all of these 3v3 teams together. All right, so we got looks like Noodle's team is going to be on here. Hopefully he is online. If not, I'll just invite Kells, which I think I might have to do. All right, I'll invite Kells, and then I'm also going to get Micah in here. And these are, I would say, representing the two lowest ranked teams of that qualification grind to try and get up to those bottom two spots in the top 8 seeding. So these two teams are the ones at question. Actually, as we are recording this video right here, the other one is processing. It's got about 43 minutes left. I don't know how it's that long, but it's going to continue on. I've invited both of the team captains, or at least Noodle is the team captain of this squad here. Maybe I'll have to go on the stream to get their attention. Should invite them both a couple of more times here. But this will be another yeah, and there is actually a bit of beef between these two teams as well, something that you guys should know before watching this one. It is Micah. Once again, the two lowest ranks of the seeding of the qualified teams, of the qualified rosters. There isn't much expectation of them moving on to the top 8. I'm not entirely sure if they know that, but this is probably one of their most competitive matches on both sides here. Noodle has a lot of work to do for his own team. Obviously, Micah is joined in, and I think they have the more consistent roster in terms of ranks. However, Noodle is higher rank than I think everyone on the field here, so he should have an advantage in that. I've invited Kells a couple of times now. I don't think I have discharge added. Going to go ahead and add Noodle. Maybe I'll hop on the stream here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and hop on the stream that, because Kells is currently live. Oh, okay. Yo, what? Did those go through? Okay, I'm just going to DM him. Okay. Dang it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Okay, we went through. Okay, it's just delayed. Okay, this is just... It's playing with me now. All right, so we got Micah, TK, and Blyfex. This is the team of 3. Obviously, Fire, Blaze, Drip. They have a substitution. Just in case. Scottish Kells. I'm going to go on stream, and I'll mute the stream just so I don't get demonetized from Scottish Kells. Trademark stream. I'm just going to let her know that I'm inviting. I think they're currently watching clips right now. So that's the reason. Care to explain? What? What are they doing? Okay, I think they're switching over now. Okay. Kells will see my 20 invites. That's fine, though. Once again, I'm personally not in a rush. I'm not doing much other than just trying to find these. He doesn't know. I don't know what they're saying. They're saying something to me inside the Twitch chat, and I think they both think I can hear the stream. Or Noodle is saying something to me inside the Twitch chat. Okay, there we go. I think she just joined. And we should be good to go. Like Scottish Kells is in, gonna be inviting Discharge and Noodle. I think it's safe to say that if Noodle, Discharge, and Scottish Kells don't end up out on top of this best of 3 series, then they are not gonna make an automatic spot into that top 8, because you do at least have to win 2, and that one, you know, banking off of course, the fact that Happy's team ended up losing to One Tap's team, or this team they're going up against right now. You know, a lot of stuff kind of has to fall into place for them to have a genuine opportunity, a genuine chance. And we will be underway. I think you know, in terms of these two teams, I think we should just take a seat and enjoy the rivalry between these 3 players up against Noodle specifically, because you guys saw how toxic this guy could be in of course the last video. Obviously, if you didn't watch that one, feel free to go over there. But it's part 1 essentially is what it's titled as, and it was them up against 2 SSLs and a GC level player, and Noodle was just toxic the entire time. Play against good question. Take the time you need. Yeah, it is best of 3. So pretty much, yeah, for anyone that might be playing in these as well. So there's 2 groups of 4. So there's 8 teams in total. You know, obviously depending upon availability. Availability is very important when it comes down to trying to qualify into a top seeding, whether it's top 16 or top 8. However, this is a 3v3 tournament, so it's a top 8 double elimination bracket. But it is, yeah, so it's 2 teams, and the top from each group will move on to play in those positions. Obviously, the team with the better record will be in that 7th position, and that obviously the second best record will be in the 8th position. And if there is, however, you want to win as many games as possible, because you'll be next in line if you have the, let's say, 3rd best of these 8 teams. You'll be the 9th seed position, and if a team before the bracket actually starts ends up, you know, opting out or doesn't confirm their own position, which actually has not been the case. I think all top 6 teams at the moment have confirmed their own spots, so it is unfortunate. So you do kind of have to make it, you know, first of each group if you want to have a chance at that reward in the long run. $500 bracket, $300 for the winning team, $150 for the second place team, and $50 for the third place team. I'm back waiting on news. Oh, Noodle. Got it. Knowing how many teams are attempting these last 2 spots, winning of the series would be a good idea. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, because, you know, once again, it's a fairly lenient process. It's not fully dependent on you winning all of them or losing just one, you know. But obviously you want to win as many as possible just to be in that spot, just in case there's a team that opts out last second. Then you will be placed inside the top A bracket. Okay, so Noodle is here. I'm just gonna start it. I'm not even gonna mention anything. I would assume, because Noodle's in here, that he is ready. So we have, let's go Team Noodle on top. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna keep Noodle on bottom here in the orange squad. I'm gonna go Micah and Noodle. I'm gonna go Team Micah and Team Noodle, so it doesn't look like a 1v1 rivalry. But once again, Noodle has, you know, beef with all 3 of the other members. Noodle hasn't said a single word inside the party chat. Said he was going to behave himself this time around. We're going to be hopping into a best of 3, though, between these two teams. The last series that you guys watched... Oh, standard video processing before your video is... Okay, hold on. Oh, we got about 17%. Okay, so we're still waiting on that first video to upload right now, as we speak. That's obviously live. Got about 10 minutes into the video, and we haven't even started the series. That is alright. Not gonna sweat it. We are underway. Once again, the 2 lowest ranks of the seeding here. Blyfex, or 2 lowest ranked rosters, rather. Blyfex, TK, and Micah going up against Discharge, Scottish, Kells, and Noodle. This one should be an exciting and competitive matchup. Knowing the level of these two teams here. Scottish Kells just kind of flailing at the ball. Blyfex is able to push forward now. Noodle aggresses forward. And blue side are going to have a major ping advantage. Noodle pops it over 1, however. Doesn't quite find its way into the back of the net, TK. Doesn't make a second bit of contact there. Does allow Discharge to now aggress forward. TK just kind of panics right out in front of the box. And Micah now looking to cross over the midfield line. Discharge over aggresses. Enforces TK, but Blyfex comes and swipes it underneath his feet. I do think that Micah and, honestly, TK and Blyfex, they're all players that are just kind of down in the... champ rankings, but can be placed in, I'd say, about GC1 with their major progressions as of recently. They do have a, they have been improving over the course of this last month, I'd say. These last couple of months. In terms of mechanical consistency as well as just ability, a wider range of capabilities. In terms of getting up to a ball faster, here Micah doesn't quite make any contact. Blyfex from behind rotates into it. Scottish Kells. Orange kind of been on their own half, or in their own half for quite a bit of time. So going to be cleared off of the back line here. Challenge goes through Micah with an open end chance, and he does slot it home for goal 1. Once again, Orange just stuck on their own back line for a decent amount of time. I think Kells as well is currently streaming with about 40 people watching her, so I'm wondering if the nerves are getting anywhere. I feel like knowing Kells at the same time, nerves doesn't really affect her, knowing that she's playing for fun for the most part here. Micah's able to strike at a second goal. And I have informed this opposing... I'm kind of wondering how Orange side are going to behave after they score a first goal. TK... Oh no, TK has just started the conversation in the top left corner there. Oh no, TK, why? No. Once again, still trying to get over my sickness before this $500 bracket. I'm hosting on Sunday. And if you guys want to know something more about the bracket, if you guys want to see a better, or the bracket, the website, obviously involved within our bracket as well. First goal comes through Discharge. Oh, Scottish Kells. A light one, a save, and a light one. Nice shot. A singular quick chat within both directions. No response out of anyone. Scottish Kells, a funny type of toxic. I was just having a conversation on her stream as to why no one can have fun on, online anymore, or, in general. It's just jokes. It's all just fun. However, Noodle, I think, gets to the extensive toxicity. And it doesn't seem like he's joking around, but I think he is the majority of the time. Let me TK. Noodle's able to aggress forward, still looking for that equalizer here. 2-1 game. Noodle traps it down. Noodle flicks it over. Potentially 1. Blyfex gets a good hand on it. And Blyfex also cuts it toward the center position. Noodle's up early for this one. And he will deny off of the backboard there. Discharge looking for a much more substantial level of control. This one lobbed off of the corner. Discharge with an open net chance as well. Double tap comes through. It's not quite initially on target. And a little bit of confusion coming out from the blue side defense, understandably. But it drops down off of the corner. Ball goes back out in center. Blyfex with a long clear back down to the other side corner. This one going to be dropping toward the center aspect of the field. Orange side just needs something a bit more formidable. Much more reliable approach. And I do think Noodle is the catalyst to that exact feature of this game for the rest of this last minute. TK able to drop it down. This charge allows Noodle to come sweep it through, but it is a heavy touch, and that might be an open chance, but denied out by Kells. And now Discharge going to be aggressing forward. Looks for a double tap. This ball back out in center. BLIFX is able to redirect it wide momentarily. Noodle is up early, and he does seem to be playing a bit aggressive. Oh, what a shot coming through! Scottish Kells! One for the fans, 44 seconds. Scottish Kells, I believe, let me double check real quick. I believe just did that in front of 40 people on our live stream. They must be going wild inside the chat. 41 is what the current count is. Scottish Kells popping off. Does not feel any nerves. Clearly, but TK in the overarching blue side roster not going to be too happy about that last goal conceded. A lot of open space and time given. You know, stemming from Noodle's aggression. And I do think that I might have been a little bit too harsh on Noodle's, you know, sense of play style. I guess it's a solid 50 there. Noodle being a higher rank than me, so not much I can really say about that. Clearly, and they scored a goal off of it as well. We might be seeing a game 1 overtime, though. And once again, this is a best of 3 series. Down to Micah. Micah will kill it. And now overtime. Now, the one thing about these qualification matches is people always have so many questions, because I don't, you know, it's hard to get it all around. It makes a heavy touch there. TK is able to pickpocket it from the corner. And game. Discharge. Not too happy about it. But it will be Team Micah to take game number 1. Micah getting the MVP as well. I have my language still getting what a save, says TK. All right, so, you know, it almost seemed inevitable. French? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about there. Yup, explains it. Oh, no. You know, Kells is definitely taking a jab at the fact that these players on the other side might be a bit younger. Obviously, once again, Scottish Kells and Discharge are married. So they're, you know, up to that age at least. And Noodle somewhere in that range as well. As it will be Micah, TK, and BLIFX. Taking game 1 off of an early overtime goal. Orange looking to clap back. They're now at the drawing board. What level of play does Noodle have in mind to, you know, fixate on his teammates' rotations and overall capabilities on the field here? Discharge going to be rushing it. Gets dunked out off of the corner. Typically, I mute myself whenever I cough on stream, but you know, it's a YouTube video. I don't do YouTube. Why not just... Oh, what a read there by Micah. Micah's able to follow it up as well, but it is just a very noticeable mechanical progression there by every single member of the blue side, specifically Micah early on in game 2 here. Still within the first minute, though. Ball's going to be dropping out. Noodle with a lot of space and time. Looks for a double tap as well. Dunks it down. Noodle off of the goal line. BLIFX keeps it out of the general vicinity, but they're trying to rush the challenge now. Micah's off of the backboard. Gets a heavy touch. Noodle tries to slot that one through off of the near post as well. Orange can't buy themselves a goal no matter how much they have in the tank. Noodle will finally, off of the third attempt here. Third time's the charm. Discharge. As well, getting a long clear downfield, and that will allow Noodle to rotate back into it. 4 minutes, and Orange get the first goal. Might be extending this one into a game 3, which I do think heavily that whoever, you know, loses 2 games, which at the drawing board is going to be Orange. You know, they've already played 1 game before and ended up losing it up against one of the more threatening teams with 2 SSLs and a GC. Oh, good read there by Noodle. Scottish Kells now with an open net chance. Does she slot it home off of the near post? TK's got a nice shot. He's had some, you know, personal issues with Noodle's toxic appearance inside the recent couple of streams, as they used to actually been a fond of each other, or at least Noodle was nice to Mike, or to TK. And TK, all of a sudden that switched. TK started getting bagged on for whatever reason. Might have been the causation of a tournament, or just something on a everyday stream, where Noodle decided to be toxic, and TK has been offended of Noodle's appearance ever since. Oh, but he might be able to sneak this one through. It's off the crossbar. Is there any sense of a follow-up? Oh, but a chance and a double commit coming through from the married couple. Discharge Sniffer. Sorry, I don't say his name many times. We'll actually dive in front. Scottish Kel's had a bit of an angle to produce in comparison to Discharge Sniffer, but still a second goal. Noodle the one to produce an airborne play and a bit of an overcommit. Coming through from the blue side. This one's off of the backboard here. Noodle. You can tell this game is completely personal for the blue. As Micah, this ball's going to be dropping down. They tip it above, but that's an own goal. And, you know, how disrespectful would it be for Orange to not say anything here? What a mind game there by Noodle. He just drops it down to the ground, lowers the elevation. Blyfex lobs it off of the nose of his own car, lobs it up high in a 3-0 game. 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Blue side looking in the face of a game 3 potentially. This thing can get things going here during the second half of the game on the offensive side. You just got to start winning 50s, reading the ball, and a much more foundational rotation between this squad on defense is all they really need to get things going. Once again, they have the consistency within their own mechanics, and they don't seem to be underdeveloped, or at least underperforming in terms of mechanics so far. That's a good back pass there by Discharge, whether it was on purpose or not. Noodle nearly able to capitalize. Still about 23 minutes left for our first video to process fully. Wondering if the fact that I'm recording another one is making it 10 times slower. Probably. It's only like a 15-minute video or something. One like? How does it have a like? How does this video have a like? Oh, it's processing to HD. So it's not currently in HD, but someone still watched it and liked it. You know, that works out. I'll take it. Lifex. Oh, it's a big whiff. Micah will actually dive across and save the day. Incredibly clutch there by Micah, but still a 3-goal deficit. I just realized I did not fill up my water bottle for this. I think I might have underestimated the amount of casting, or at least speaking, that I was gonna do. Noodle ends up peeling away from it here. TK looks for a low 50, and he wins it, but Noodle is able to aggressively rotate into this one. Double commit off the backboard there, TK. And I do think that Scottish Kel's Discharge and Noodle, you know, this is probably the most entertaining series that they are gonna play. You know, that's definitely not a definite answer. We'll see what time they're available tomorrow. Shot goes through, Noodle's able to strike it home. That is surely a Game 2 win with 32 seconds remaining. I'm going to have to, kind of triple tasking here, so... So, you know, obviously I'm not going to cut this video either. But I am just going to, gonna have to send a message. So I think... Dave is on. CTN. Okay, that will be game number 2 given to Team Noodle. And the fact that I didn't pay much attention either is solely on the fact that Look, a couple of GGs as well. It's getting wholesome. You gotta love it. Noodle with a hat trick, not to be... or definitely to be expected, rather. But orange side, they're able to equalize off of a Game 1 loss. It was a fairly devastating Game 1 loss as well. I don't, you know, not much offensive control being allowed for them. You know, in some of the teams from both groups might actually be playing against each other. Just, you know, for availability issues once again. So we do have BlyFX. Able to find a demo here. Oh, that's an open net chance for TK. Gets an early goal. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left of Game 3. Discharge sniffer, Scottish Kells and Noodle. There's not much hopium left for them if they end up losing this series. But they do have quite a lot on the line. Even if they win this one, you know, I'm not entirely sure if they have much hopium, but they sure as... they will definitely be in a better spot, more comfortable spot in terms of, you know, if there's a disqualification here. This one, off of the backboard, bit of a double commit. Noodle tries to rotate into it a bit early and gets caught up with Scottish Kells. Michael lobs it downfield. Over to Noodle, tips it above. In a very airborne space, this one drops down off the crossbar. Open net chance. TK is over-aggressed though, and Noodle now with an open net chance. Oh no, he misses it! And again, it was a very difficult angle to produce, but still not, you know, I think he was prioritizing the on-target shot. As to the reason why I didn't make any contact there. Scottish Kells, a bit of a difficult save. Micah is able to slot it through for the second goal. And I do think blue side have cooled off to an extent, with the understanding that orange, you know, aren't just toxic right off of the bat. And the fact that, you know, they actually hold maturity, you know, they're not... they're just joking around most of the time here. Scottish Kells, up on a downfield. Noodle attempts to tip it above. Or at least a redirect to evade the contact of the defenders. Noodle now on his own back line. And a very stagnant ball at the moment. Orange just looking to progress on forward. Noodle has... does he have... I thought that was like a... oh, it's a pink slime boost. That's a thing? Do they have all the colors in slime boost? That's insane. Thought he had a rainbow slime boost for a second. Like it was his own thing. But apparently it's a pink slime boost. Because it looks green on the back of his car until he starts boosting. That's a good center ball there. Noodle looks to capitalize, but it gets intercepted by Micah. 2 minutes and 49 seconds. The time slowly taken away for Orange to produce something on the offense here, to get some rotations effective. But another double commit comes from the blue side. Noodle, how will he approach this one? Flicks it toward the center position, looks for a bump, but a save comes through from BlyFX, and Scottish Kells didn't end up diving into the challenge. And a very intelligent play at that. This one going to be tipped off of the crossbar. And I think the video is now live. So there's that. The first video is what I'm talking about here. My last YouTube video was March 16th, 2023. It is currently June 1st. I'm going to go ahead and just delete that real quick. Okay. Okay, now this one's going to take even longer. I'm going to see if anyone responded inside the chat here. All right, let's get back into the match here. 1 minute and 50 seconds. TK, Micah, and BlyFX with a decent angle here. Discharge. Looks for a second touch on the ball. Noodle, once again, a lot of weight on his own shoulders. Does he, you know, fumble at it? I think it's also the fact that Orange side have a misread there by Micah. Noodle, oh my goodness. And that's the thing, is Noodle, his mechanics are so good that I don't think nerves really get to him. It's just routine stuff. The consistency is off the charts, you know, for Noodle when it comes down to flicks. He's had his fair share of ones in the past. He hasn't grinded much rank recently. But his journey has been consistent of Rocket League. This one tipped up high. TK's up early. Discharge looks for a shot, but the inconsistencies from this orange side offense have been so jeopardizing to every single offensive play that they're, or every offensive push rather, that they're able to produce off of 150s or significant clears. But blue side doubling down on defense, and it was definitely working out for them in this 2-0 lead with 40 seconds remaining. Noodle is able to outpace Micah in this scenario. Noodle's up early for this one. Nearly gets dunked in from behind. Scottish Kells tips it wide. Yeah, essentially blue side would have to also take down that the team Happy to make it into that bottom 8, as they are lower ranks. The other team consists of two SSLs, 1 in 2s and 1 in 1s. Or the 1 in 2s might actually be 1 in 3s, I'm not entirely sure. Noodle is left though, and that is going to be a GG's. And a well played from Micah, TK, and Blyfex's perspective. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording now though. GG's, boys.